Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video, and we've got some good news for Dokkan. We have had a pretty big swirling cloud of negativity, I'd say, over the past sort of like several days and stuff like that. Well, let me not say several days, more like weeks. I've seen a lot of people talking about like, oh, Dokkan has been bad since this date. A lot of people have targeted the worldwide download celebration as the last time Dokkan was good. I would say that's complete horseshit. Because then we're calling Path to Power Kid Goku bad, and the Anniversary bad, and the Gammas bad, and Orange Piccolo bad, and it's just factually wrong, right? Like, Dokkan is fine. Like, it's not actually in the dumps like people think, but they are building resentment, negativity, people are upset, and I don't feel like everyone's concerns are unfounded, right? There are some that aren't correct, right? Like, people... One thing that's just, I think the biggest concern for Dokkan, regardless of what anyone says or anyone thinks, I think the number one problem is Global being months behind. And regardless of what anyone wants to say, that is what I think. I see so many people these days somehow, the game is dry, the game is dry, the game is dry. Newsflash, guys, the game is not dry. JP has had over the last month, there's been tons of stuff every couple of days. It's Global. Global is dry. I just think that everything would be much better if everything was coming to both versions at the exact same time, if both versions were treated completely fair. I think the community's way better. A way better spot. Everything is way better, right? I think that's the number one issue. Now, we had a data download and an update last night. Now, I mean, speaking of, you know, kind of like more negativity, I mean, they consolidated the intro, active, and standby skill into one button. This is one button. This is every animation. Active, intro, and standby. People are upset with this because it's not the biggest deal ever. That, you know, like, if you want to watch intros, you just go into the fight with it off, and then if you want to skip whatever you want to, you have it on, right? Like, you can move it around. Like, it's not the biggest deal. But the thing is I already have been trained as a YouTuber, right? You guys, if you've watched any of my videos over the past couple months, you'll see I'm always, like, messing around with the animations. Like, okay, let's watch this active skill, let's not watch this one. Let's watch this intro, let's not watch this intro. I'm always playing with it, right? But it certainly can be a drag. My guess with this, I assume it's because of the way standbys, like the Dragon Ball Z duo, they just basically do an active skill attack, right? They just drop the Spirit Bomb, boom. But the GT duo, they do like the revive Spirit Bomb, so it's very hard to say. Like, I don't know if it's like, because of the fact that it's a revive, like they felt this was the best way to do it. I'm not really too sure. But along with this skip, we also had this. So we had kind of like some new icons and stuff like that. Proton and a lot of people were talking, I think, a lot all day. It does seem like these are related to standby skills. We have a follow-up tweet from Thieving6 right here. The new icons in the last JP data download, which is these, right? And as you guys can see, these are right next to sort of like the unique, like the standby skills, stuff like that. And, you know, they're called unique skills. It's just right there, right? Looks like other than key to charge standby skills, because right now, so we have 2 characters that charge standby skills with key. We have the 8th anniversary, you know, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. Here, let me actually I'm just going to go to the Thieving 6 wiki, which is much, I think it's, whatever site that the Dokkan wiki is on, a lot of times it just loads like molasses. All right, so we have a couple of different standby characters. We have, what, 4 standby characters right now at the moment? And you. Okay. So, let's grab Bobbity and the DBZ duo. Both Bobbity and the DBZ duo, they work sort of the same. You know, you're able to do your transformation, standby into Majin and Vegeta, or, you know, base Goku and Vegeta. You know, whatever the condition doesn't matter. You swap into them. Then they both charge up their finish skills via getting key orbs. Both of them work exactly the same. This guy pretty much ass. I mean, I guess he could be okay against a tech boss, but I don't know. I look at how good Roshi was 2 years ago, and this guy just doesn't feel like he matches up to Roshi at all. At all. Or Roshi is really good. And then we have this character who is dominant. I mean, when you talk about how great this 8th anniversary character is, it's because of this. The problem I have with this unit is in base they are very squishy a lot of the times in this right here. And people, oh, is this bad? And they show their like 800k defense, stuff like that. It's like, yeah, I mean that's good, but like again, we're talking about the anniversary characters, right? Like, you know, these like there can't be a higher pinnacle of like the grade we're judging. It's like if you're a basketball fan, it's like LeBron. Like he's graded as like, is he the best player of all time or not, right? Like that's how the anniversary LRs are graded, man. Like it's like any flaw is going to be micro-analyzed because every single anniversary character, like every year the anniversaries had the best characters in the game every year without fail. It's like never not happened. Every year anniversary characters are dominant, right? So it's like that's just what's going to happen. But this, I love this. Everything about this is just so stupid. This character is incredible, godly. I love this right here. But they're charging with ki. Then you have these two. This Goku and the GT units, they just, you know, are able to do your standby for both of them. And then they work exactly the same in that they're then a revive character. If you revive, you know, you're going to go ahead and pop the, you know, the standby, like the, you know, the standby animation, right? Like their actual finish skill, excuse me, the finish skill is what I want to say. The finish skill is triggered by them reviving. So what this looks like is we're going to get new, I guess, finish skills that will be the requirements. Yeah. As Steven 6 says right here, finishing skills. Yeah, because what it is with all these charging and stuff like that, finish skill, the Super Spirit Bomb finish skill, the headbutt finish skill, they're all finish skills, right? So yeah, that finish skill is the correct term right there. There will be requirements to charge with additionals, crits, dodge, and guard. Now this I find actually very interesting. In addition, there seems to be missions tied to additional, crit, dodge, and guard for rewards. I do find this to be fascinating. To me, I think now we're talking. Now we can actually start to make actually very interesting characters. I mean, just to me, like a very obvious one that comes to mind is UI Goku. UI Goku, a lot of us agree we are poised for like a Dokkan Fest LR level UI sign Goku. The very first fight between Goku and Jiren is completely untouched. Many people need to understand, I've talked about this a lot and people get confused, the difference between characters that are like used and not used. A character that is not used, but people might think he was, is Super Saiyan 3 Goku from the Janemba movie. He has a lot of really cool stuff in there. He has a card, a Dokkan Fest card, but it was from back when animation sucked, so they could just redo it, right? The beauty in what Dokkan did is everything from almost the first like 4 years is worthless, and you could just redo it because the animations were like minuscule back then. They like didn't matter. There's very few characters from before the 4th anniversary that really matter. Even the 4th anniversary LR's animations are not good enough. Once you start getting to like, I don't know, where the animations get like, I remember Namek Goku in May of 2019 being like, oh my god. Obviously the 5th anniversary Blue Fusions, right? There are a lot of cards like that. I think the 5th anniversary Blue Fusions, they're some of the first units where the voice lines and the active skills were just absolutely tremendous, right? Because it's like, actually, was the active skill character before the Blue Fusions was Cooler? Yeah, it was, because we went from Cooler into God Goku, who doesn't have an active skill, into Android 13, who doesn't have an active skill, into Super Spirit Bomb, who doesn't have an active skill, into Majin Vegeta and Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who didn't have active skills. So we went from Cooler with an active skill to the 5th anniversary Blue Fusions. Look at the difference in voice audio quality between Cooler and the Blue Fusions. It's like night and day how much better the 5th anniversary Blue Fusions, the voice quality is. Now, we can get a UI sign, because a lot of the UI Goku stuff like that was happening, like, as was happening on the anime. So, like, the first fight between Goku and Jiren's completely untouched. We could get, like, revive UI Goku, all this stuff. And then it's like, you look at this, like, key to charge, you know, the ability to charge the finish skills, you know, by dodging. I mean, that's UI Goku, right? Like, it's, like, if they're going to do that for a character, it's UI Goku. What about the guarding one? Who would come to mind for you guys? Ryuden had an idea. I was talking about this with Ryuden. He thought Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Super Saiyan 3 Goku kind of tanks a couple hits from Hirudegarn before he throws out the Dragon Fist. This is another character. This is, I know, Garesh's idea for Tanabata. I was gonna I've been meaning to drop a video talking about Super Saiyan 3 Gokus and how there's 2 Super Saiyan 3 Gokus that we can get right now. That would be major, like, potential Dokkan Fest LR level spots. There's this one from the Janemba movie, and then the Dragon Fist one. Both of these guys are old-ass characters with shitty animations, right? Do you guys know how good the Dragon Fist would look right now? It's Dokkan Fest LR level, easily. So, like, that could happen, and a lot of these could be standbys and stuff like that. Like, what if it's Dragon Fist, where he goes into standby, and he gets, like, I don't know, 5,000% defense or something, right? And then he needs to take 5 hits, and then he pops the Dragon Fist. It could be annoying. I mean, a lot of times I hate when characters have to get hit, but, I mean, if he's a unit with 5,000 defense, he probably would be okay, right? Like, I don't know. I'm not sitting here calculating what that is, but I would assume with 5,000% defense, and potentially having, like, LR level stats, I would assume that Dragon Fist Goku would be fine. All right, like he'd be okay. He'd be able to take those hits, and then he'd pop the Dragon Fist off and probably one-shot the enemy. Like, that would be sick, right? I don't know what UI Goku could, I guess, do kind of like the punch attack. Can I pull this up real quick? So what I'm looking for, because the Thieving 6 wiki, like, you could just play their animations. What I'm looking for here is the 6th anniversary. A little bit earlier, a little bit later. Yeah, it's right here, page 14. We're looking for Int UI Goku right here. So we want to see this guy's animation. This right here. I think, he could have a standby. Not this part, but the ending part, right? So we can kind of have the standby with him. You dodge a bunch, and then maybe this would be his finished skill right here. He would go, maybe do that Kamehameha, and then do that right there. You guys know how ridiculous, how good that would look? In like modern animations, and that was one of the best animated episodes ever in Dragon Ball Super history. It would just look so good. I know how incredible that would be. So that this is something I really want. A lot of Tournament Power characters are potentially coming up on Easy Ace as well. Look at some of these. I mean, this is just being hit, I guess. And so this is like guarding, and this one is just being hit. I don't know. Maybe like whose character has to get hit a lot? Another idea I had was potentially Jiren. I mean, Jiren does kind of just tank a lot of hits as well. You potentially could look at him. Dodging would be UI Goku. Additionals, attacks. I mean, Cooler. Vegito does attack rapid fire. I mean, I would say something like Dispo, but I don't know. I mean, we're not dying for, standby skill Dispo. One reason this is important, talking about all this, the chances that this is on the Tanabata LR, I would gauge it at something like 99%. I don't want to say 100% because of the fact that Dokkan moves weird these days, and you literally, until something happens and it becomes 100%, or until something doesn't happen and it becomes 0%, you can't just say it's going to happen or it's not going to happen, right? We have so many examples recently of, they've never done this until they just decided to do it, right? It's happened a lot lately. Which that aspect is good. Keeping people on their toes, I think, is definitely a good thing. So I would say chances are very good that the Tanabata LR is going to have some sort of, maybe one of these standbys, performing super attacks, maybe getting tons of attacks, dodging, getting hit, guarding. I guess this one, I don't know what the difference, like, these two would be. Like, the one would be attacking and the other would be other attacking. Like, because we'd have, one could be attacking, super attacking, like, what's, I don't, maybe this one is getting hit by super attacks. I don't know, hard to say, right? Because, I mean, getting hit by, they could, I mean, like a Super 17, like a standby Super 17 who would get hit by super attacks or something. I don't know. There's stuff they could do. We did just get a Super 17, right? But you guys get what I'm saying. So, let me know what you guys think of sort of like this new data we have in here in this update, what we might see potentially from these standby skills. I am excited for Tanabata. I'm actually very confident going into it. I do think that they are going to drop a W for Tanabata. I'm not really too concerned that it's going to be an L. So let me know what you guys would like to see from these standby skills. Which type of standby unit you'd like to see. A UI Goku, a Gogeta, a Vegito, a Frieza, Cell, whatever it is that we'd want to see. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.